Kia ora, hello, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us for our Monday weather update across New Zealand, Australia and the South Pacific Islands. And we're kicking off with New Zealand's weather as a cold front finally moves up into the North Island, the first one in a while. But there's a lot of high pressure around, so the rainfall totals are not going to be that great, especially in the top half of the North Island. And then behind it, cooler southerly winds, and then in comes a high from Australia, and New Zealand gets some colder nights on the way, especially around the middle of this week. And in Australia, the easterlies up here are going to deliver a lot of rain. That's the main feature for Aussie this week. And the last feature is way off over to the west. We've got a late season tropical cyclone out there in the Indian Ocean. It poses no threat to any major populated areas. So let's take a look at the rainfall. This is for New Zealand for the next 2 days. And the rainfall totals aren't huge. In the very top of the country, maybe a maximum of 10 millimetres coming through for most of you. The lower half of the North Island goes a little bit higher, maybe up to 15 to 20 millimetres coming through. And then you get into the South Island, similar story around here, although around Kaikoura perhaps just a little bit higher. And then the West Coast has actually got the lower totals because you had the rain first. So therefore it clears up over there first of all. And for those of you in drought at the very south of the country, not a huge amount, just a few showers coming through for you. Over in Australia, the bigger rainfall totals are expected up here. Between Cairns and Gladstone, the totals could actually get up to 300 millimetres. So this is one to keep a close eye on as the bit of La Nina carries on to the north here and spills over inland. Big totals coming in, even over 100 millimetres down here. So some big totals for Australia over the next 5 days. This is the 5-day total, Monday through to Friday this week. All right, let's get into the forecast. So you can clearly see that heavy rain up here to the north, easterly winds, and they're going around this big high. So you've got high pressure over Tasmania after your bit of a rough week last week, much calmer this week. And over on the New Zealand side, those southerly winds and the rain coming through. The reason why Hawke's Bay is getting some rain, because the airflow actually turns around as a southeasterly. So that drives in rain to eastern areas and actually starts to dry it out for places like Waikato. And Waikato probably needs the rain more than anywhere else does now in the North Island. Also note the blue line here showing colder air coming through for you. And up in the tropics, just easterly winds and a few showers, nothing too serious going on up there. By Wednesday, those showers continue on for the North Island's eastern side with those colder southeast winds, but the showers do end towards the end of the day as the high from Tasmania slowly rolls in. I've included the 24 hours of rainfall on this map. Not a huge amount for New Zealand, with the green showing maybe only 10 or 15 for the whole day. But compare that with what you're seeing up here around Townsville and the areas there showing red and purple. That's 80 to 100 millimetres in just 24 hours. And note how it pushes inland as well. It's not just hugging the coast as it was earlier this year with the rain that we saw there. Now the overnight lows in New Zealand are about to drop as that high comes in. So as you wake up on Thursday morning, inland parts of Waikato are going to be more than 8 degrees below normal. Most places several degrees below normal through the interior, through the spine of the North Island and the upper South Island, whereas the West Coast and Stewart Island and Southland will be leaning the opposite, several degrees above average by Thursday morning as milder winds start to return. So Thursday lunchtime, you can see those westerlies down here in the south. That's why your temperatures are going up. But in the north, a light southeast flow, high pressure coming in, clear skies. That's the reason why Thursday morning will be a bit colder than certainly the weather you've been seeing recently. Over in Australia, the rain eases up here to the north but slides further down. And on the other side, rain also coming in towards Perth. As we get to the end of the week, just a few showers up here in the tropics. This big high in New Zealand expands all the way up to New Caledonia, Vanuatu, over towards Fiji and just shy of Tonga. So it's a really big high. And unlike the other ones, which have all stretched west to east, east to west, this one's more south to north. And so therefore expands up to the northern areas and therefore brings down mild winds for Sydney as we go in towards the end of this week. And as we go into the weekend, Saturday looks pretty much the same. High pressure stuck over New Zealand. We're seeing a very light southeasterly coming in for Tonga, Fiji. That'll be just a little bit cooler for you than what you've been experiencing recently. And the rain over in Australia starts to ease. And for those of you in Adelaide, Melbourne, or Torquay as it says there, and Hobart, you've got more of those windy westerlies on the way back. another storm down here in the Southern Ocean. New Zealand's long-term forecast doesn't change a great deal. May is looking very dry across the entire country. That's all from me. We'll see you again on Tuesday with our next update.